Dr. Denny over at For Posit Fulshire, and Maddie and I are going to chat a little bit more about some frequently asked questions you may have about cat or feline grooming.
Dr. Denny, is it necessary for me to groom my cat?
So cats are actually really, really hygienic. They groom all the time. Like 50% of their lives is spent grooming. If you own a cat, then if you watch your cat all the time, which I'm in love with my cats, so like I watch them all the time, not creepy or anything. But like 80% of the time I'm watching them, they're grooming. Like cats are super clean. They don't like to be dirty. So they're very fastidious cleaners. So most of the time, you know, their hygiene is super high.
Should I bathe my cat?
So that's going to depend on, you know, did they get dirty? Did they have diarrhea and they need to get bathed? So, I mean, yes, if something like that happens, of course. There's also some breeds that need weekly baths, like the Sphinx cats. These are naked, hairless kitty cats. They feel like peach fuzz. If you've never touched one, I love Sphinxes. I'm not allowed to have them because my husband thinks they look like aliens, but I personally love Sphinxes. But they do really well with weekly baths, and their skin actually needs it. Otherwise they get really oily and they can get skin infections. So it'll depend on kind of what your personal cat's skin and coat is like. You'll know if they're like overly greasy. That might mean that something's wrong, so we should probably make an appointment. But if we are overly like heavy in dander, if we're matting, you know, these are like types of things that we would want to intervene on.
Is it safe to groom my cat?
It depends on the cat, right? So if you have a cat, and you obviously do if you're watching this video or you're thinking about getting a cat, depends on your personality of your cat. So I have 4 cats, don't ask. I started by 2 and now there's 4 and I'm not having any more. I love them all, but 4 is enough for me. So I have one, his name is the Munch. He's the love of my life. I love that cat. He's long haired and he is so chill. Like I can do anything to this cat and he will let me, and he'll let anybody. He's just easy going. And then I have Drago. He's 16 pounds of hell to the nah on the grooming. And he gets mats because he has long hair. So it's like a team effort because he likes my husband, thank the Lord. But it can be dangerous to groom your cat. If you have a kitty cat that has lots of feelings on the matter and has their claws and is known to nip, then you could get bit, you could get scratched. So just make sure you're taking into context, you know, how is my cat? Is my cat really mellow and chill and I can do anything with them? And if that's the case, then yeah, they'll probably tolerate brushing and grooming. A lot of cats actually like that. It's best to start when they're kittens so they get used to it. But most cats love being brushed, but there are some, like Drago. That's no go, that's no fly zone. So you need to kind of sit back and say, okay, well, what is my cat like? What is my cat's personality like? And if you have like a tortie, okay, so that's like a cat type of calico, or a calico in general, they can have, not all of them, I'm not saying all calicos have catitude, but most of them do. And they have some they're like spicy little burritos when they're being made to do something they don't want to do. So take into context, you know, how your cat behaves in general, and that'll help you out and steer you on which way you need to go there.
What does a cat grooming at a salon entail?
So it depends on where you go. You know, they might bathe your cat, they may shave your cat. There are some veterinary clinics that will sedate and shave. We do on kind of a case-by-case basis. It's not something that we do a lot of. We're not groomers. But you know, there are some salons that will totally groom just like you would a dog. You know, they'll bathe, shave, dry, trim, etc. The Munch, who's long haired, when I was in vet school, he'd go get groomed because it was hot where I went to school. And yeah, no, my cat was naked 80% of the time. He was shaved, and he was a happier cat because of it. And he did great at his grooming. So he got his little bath and he got shaved and dried and he got a podicure. And, you know, my cat was happy man. Drago, that probably wouldn't have happened. So I would just, you know, it's going to be very similar to what happens at dog salons or dog grooming. And honestly, it's probably good for you to take a tour of a grooming facility that says that they do cats, because you want to make sure they're feline friendly, right? Cats don't like loud noises or busy, or new change in general. So you want to make sure that they have a quiet place to groom the cats. If they're in a loud, noisy area being held with all the dogs, your cat is going to be a ball of stress like when they get home, and that can lead to health problems. So I would at least recommend that you tour facilities that say that they do cat grooming. Okay guys, I hope this helped answer some feline grooming questions. If you have additional questions, or if your kitty cat is a spicy perrito and you need some medications at home to help kind of take the edge off so you can get that grooming done, my cat Drago, he gets drugs. So feel free to give us a call and we can get you set up for an appointment. Thanks guys.